Wow. Wow. I was not even gonna do nothing today. I was good. I was just gonna chill, maybe talk about something relatively light. Um, anything else. Excuse me. But then an old ghost appeared. A ghost that I thought that I had completely, dismissed or had my way with. What am I talking about? Now, you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about with your red glasses and your freaking, chaplain hat? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. What, should I come back in? Ah, oh, fuck, this is a weird one. See, we don't have no segment or anything. Okay, let me just do my thing. And welcome to the Social Commentary Show. Today we're going to be talking about Trip Burry. Trip Burry. Okay, so a little background. Actually, let's do it this way. So I was out on my YouTube. Let me shrink myself as I do. Hold up. So, I'm doing my little social commentary show. Then all of a sudden I see, oh, somebody actually commented on this. Like, oh, I was actually more surprised that anybody was looking at this at all. So I'm looking through my comments. Now I could trick myself. Alright. So I'm looking through my comments, and then I see this. On the last one I did. I come down, and I see this. Lawrence Burry. And it says, and I quote, "I'm gonna knock those fake-ass glasses 30 feet high. Trip versus NINO 3, 2017. So I was a little bit confused. I'm like, wait, who is this? As I replied, oh, is this Burry from Backyard Boxing? Now, for those of you, which probably is everybody, I used to do this thing called Backyard Boxing. And if you're unfamiliar with it, please, by all means, go to Chow Films. I'll put up the link. If you go through my playlist, you will see this. Jab. Jacksonville Amateur Backyard Boxing. Jab, I gotta give credit where credit's due. My boy Patrick, he came up with the name, is perfect. Jab as in jabbing, and of course, everything else that comes with it. So I had 2 fights. NINO versus Burry 1. NINO versus Hernandez. NINO versus Burry 2. And then Hernandez versus Burry. Now, how this all came along was... It was a couple of years ago. I would say almost 7 years ago. It was a while. I used to work with this guy, Burry, back in the Walmart days. And he would always talk about... I think he was he used to do boxing or mixed martial arts, but I think boxing was in it. So of course at that time I was like, I mean, as you can see, my channel's a mess with so many different ideas. I was like, let me do a boxing show. Now take this in consideration. Disclaimer real quick. At that time I didn't know how to box. I'm a huge boxing fan. But one thing is being a casual fan, and another thing is actually doing it yourself. So I had no idea how to box at all. In my mind, I thought I did. But then when he was like, okay, yeah, let's just backyard box. It's a little sparring. So I bought gloves, I bought headgear, I even got a mouthpiece, and I'm like, oh, this should be good. But then when I was like kind of shadow, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's technique when it comes to fighting. There's definitely technique as far as like how to throw a punch and duck and weave. I had no idea. You know, I was just kind of mimicking what I would see online. So the day of the fight, you know, I'm thinking I'm about to get my ass kicked, you know, because I was so focused on, oh man, I'll do this intro and I'll freeze frame it here. But then when I actually put on the gloves, I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to fight. I'm about to fight, and I don't know how to fight at that time. So, surprisingly enough, now again, this is Burry. He claimed to know how to fight. He said he's gone to gyms and trained and all this other stuff. You wouldn't know by seeing it. But again, I don't. You. A lot of people have seen these videos all claim that I won. You know. Then, so we'll go through this real quick. So the first fight, I clearly won, and we could go through with it. Honestly, we could go through it. Punch by punch. The second fight, we decided to have a rematch. I would say it took a while. I don't think it was right away. I can't remember the dates. But it took a while before. Let me double check. See, this is the first fight. Let me see. I uploaded, let me see, December 23rd, 2010. Let me see the rematch. Yeah, August. So it was a bunch of months later. One was in December, and then the rematch was in August. Now, the second fight, honestly, I gave it to him. I was sick that day. And I told him, I was like, I'm sick. I was dehydrated. I think I might have, I don't know, I remember I was staying up late. I think it was to do a shoot, but I remember I was sick all that week. But I didn't want to cancel this, you know. Especially we had another guy who was going to chime in. Well, he was going to be a ref, and then somehow he ended up boxing too. But I was sick, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna puss out. I'm gonna fight, sick or not. So I was holding back a lot because I didn't want to. Number one, I didn't want to embarrass him. You know what I mean? And two, I was out of it, so I was like, I don't care. You know, I just want to have. I figured we would fight again. So, you know, as a film guy, to me, it's more important the drama. So I figured, oh, I won one. I'll let him win the second one. That way there's drama for the rubber match. Then what happens? When finally, you know, he was all bragging and that he won, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'll let you win. After that, I was like, okay, when we're going to have the third fight? So I remember us even shooting like promotional videos. Like I interviewed him, I was interviewing myself, you know, to kind of build it up. Sort of like HBO's 24/7 or Showtime's. They do that behind the scenes stuff. I remember it was the build up to the third fight. And I remember I was training, he was training. All of a sudden, I hit him up and it's like, oh, he left. I even went to his house and talked to his dad. Like, oh no, he left to the army or boot camp. And I'm like, what the fuck? We were supposed to fight. And he was so scared. He was so scared of the third fight that he went to boot camp and want nothing to do with anything. So, you know, yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And that's it. You know, after that, I moved on with other stuff, and I never really fought again. Not that I didn't want to. I remember asking people, and nobody was really interested. This is more for amateurs, not like people that knew how to fight, because then what's the point of that shit? It's just more people I knew that kind of, sort of. And that was the end of that. And then all of a sudden, all these years, we're talking about 6 years. I haven't heard from this guy. I haven't seen him in a while. 6 years later, he wanna kind of come at me like this. Look at this shit. Hold on. He wanna come at me and just randomly, just out of the blue. Again, I was surprised anybody was looking at this. Alright, now I can't find what I was... Okay, here it is. Out of the blue, him talking about, I'm gonna knock those fake glasses. 30 feet? You know how far 30 feet... First of all, I wouldn't be fighting with glasses. Or this hat. Although that would be actually pretty cool, but... For safety reasons, I wouldn't want to. Now, he's talking about Tripp versus Nino 2017. I don't see that happening in 2017. This has to be done properly. This has to be done systematically. Like, there's going to be a whole thing about this. There's going to be promotional videos. There's going to be lead-ups. This is a long time coming. A long time coming. So we're not just going to be like, hey, let's go fight in an hour. No. Because I want it to be embarrassing for you. I want it to be build up to the point where it's like people are going to be showing up, you know, fire hazards everywhere. And then what's going to happen is, you know, I win in front of, in front of everybody. And then there's no running away. There's no running away. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. I know how to box now. Like, and we'll go through it, but I know how to box. I know how to fight. As far as definitely boxing. I have people around me that, you know, probably will start training me, whatever, you know, just to kind of sharpen up. But honestly, I could beat your ass tomorrow. But, you know, we're not animals. We're going to build it up. You know, we're going to build it up. We're going to play with this. We're going to let it grow. A couple of promotional videos here, promotional videos there. Build, and then the date. So here it is. Here's my proposition. Okay, so you want to fight, right? Tripp versus NINO 3. This is like 6 years in the making. I beat you the first time. You beat me the second time. I let you win. I was sick. There, I said it. I said I was going to take that to my grave. But you want to call me out on YouTube. You know, where my babies, my videos are. You're going to want to start that on there? Nah. I let you win. But okay, for the record, I beat you one. You beat me on the second one. The third one, the rubber match. The rubber match. That, my friend, is where it's going to be. I don't know if you can handle this pressure, but here's the stipulation. Or here's the basics. We're going to build up a promotional campaign. NINO versus Burry. I don't know where you get Tripp from, because you tripping. That's not how we're called. NINO versus Burry. 3. 2018. April. I'm going to give you enough time to train. Granted, honestly, I need some time to train. I mean, I'm in soccer shape. I play soccer. But it's different. But at the same time, it gives us time to build up the videos, all the B-roll, etc. So, we're going to do that. I'm thinking April. Why April? April Fools, because you're the fool. I fooled you, thinking you won. And now you're going to come at me? You're going to come at me with this, you know, blatant disrespect on my channel? On my channel. You're going to disrespect me like this. Talk about Tripp versus NINO 3. You got a lot of nerve. Ooh, you got a lot of nerve. NINO versus Burry 3, 2018, April Fools. And it's going to be something. It's going to be something. I ain't holding back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to sign fucking waivers so nobody goes to jail. All this other stuff. And we'll figure out where we're gonna do this. But here's the specs though. So we're looking at April. Maybe the first weekend of April, whatever. It's the April Fools. It's the Fools Fight. I don't know, I'll come up with a better, but something fool. It's foolish, but it is foolish of you calling me out like this. So it's gonna be an April fight because, you know, it's basically November right now. It's November. You got the holidays and you got December, and I got plans. You probably have plans. It's gonna be a mess. So November, December, disregard. So I'll give you more than enough time to train. So tell you got November, December, January, February, March. So it's a good 5 months to train. So first weekend of April, NINO versus Barry 3. In the build up to it, there will be promotional videos here and there, building it up to finally, getting to the point where it was supposed to many years back. Many years back, I was supposed to beat you again. But you went off to boot camp because you were scared. You'd have rather suffered, like a month or so of boot camp rather than, 15 minutes with me. Because originally the fight was, it was 3 rounds, 5 minutes each. So it was kind of like a UFC, it was a UFC type scenario. I think we should mix it up. It's going to be 6 rounds, 3 minutes each. I think that will get, I think we'll see who's who. We're not professionals. We're not going to go to 12 rounds. That's ridiculous. But I think 6 rounds, 3 minutes each, that's pretty good. That's not bad. I mean, even the pros, when they first started, is like, I think they started off at 4 rounds, and then maybe 10, and then finally 2. So we'll go 6 rounds. 6 rounds, 3 minutes each. Now, the Shek token has already started. This is my arch nemesis. This is him. You see what I'm saying? Whatever. So this is him. Enjoy your face now, because it won't look like that after April. It won't. So that's him. So we had a few choice words, because I was still confused. I'm like, wait, who's Lawrence? Because I never knew him by Lawrence. So I tag him, and then he goes, yeah. This is him talking. Yeah, pussy, what you gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? He's asking. He follows up with, he's making the flyers at school right now. I've got the best promoter / referee in all of Yulee, which is not saying much, it's Yulee, who is Austin Turbeville, on ice, ready. On ice. What is that? Some kind of boot camp talk? I've got the best promoter referee in all of Yulee, Austin, on ice. So he's frozen? You froze him to death. What's up? Then, of course, I retorted with, I guess you still bought her from that knockdown, huh? Because I did knock him down. I didn't knock him out, but I knocked him down. Which, by the way, you could follow at Knockdown, 2 minutes and 37 seconds, NINO versus Barry 1. Go ahead and click on it, and you will see that knockdown. Easy. Easy. So that's where we are right now. That is exactly where we are. He lit a fire, my friends. You started something that I'm gonna have to finish, and that's the bottom line. So Burry, it is what it is. Trip Burry. Now, okay, I'll give you I'll give you one more chance to apologize. You don't have to do this to yourself. You don't. You know, I'm a civilized man. You don't have to do this to yourself. If you apologize, we don't have to fight. You know, you go your way, I'll go my way, and you know, I have one win, you have you one win, whatever. Um, and that's it, and that'd be the end of that. You know, no hard feelings. Maybe you had a moment of whatever, and that's it. We'll just call it a day. But if not, this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be Nino versus Burry 3, first weekend of April. 6 rounds of boxing, 3 minutes each. There's not gonna be any judges, cause ain't nobody got time for that. No judges. We're gonna let the public decide. You know, I'll have people. I'll definitely have a camera. I'll try to get people to get different angles and whatnot. But which I don't think would be a problem. But I'll get people on board to film it, and I'll just put it up raw. No cuts. No cuts. I ain't gonna pull like a Paul Malignaggi McGregor sparring thing. No cuts. It's gonna be. I'll probably just fade in, and that's it. Then the people decide who won. That's it. The people will decide who won the fight. As far as referee, I mean, your boy Austin could promote it, but he's not the ref. He's already biased. He's your boy. The same way I can't get anybody to ref it. We'll figure it out. We'll find somebody objective to ref it. And that's it. And if nothing else, we don't have a ref. We don't need a ref. You know, you get your boy. I'll get my boy who have a corner, more or less have like a corner people. But if we can't get a ref, then we don't need a ref. The same way we did the 2 fights. And that's that. And that is that. So, what's up? This is day 1. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is the first promotional video. You call me out, I'll call you out. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? We'll figure this out. First weekend of April. It's the April Fool's fight. It's a fool's fight, but it's a fool's fight for you. Why? Why did you have to come back into my life after all these years, calling me out like that? It's not gonna happen. It's not 6 rounds. 6 rounds of boxing. 3 minutes each. Are you ready? Like, are you ready for this? Get your training on. I'm giving you more than enough. But again, you can save yourself all the trouble and just apologize. Just go on my page and be like, look, I apologize, sir. I apologize. It won't happen again as you were. Something along those lines. And that's it. I'll thumbs it up. We go our separate ways. If not, Nino versus Burry 3, 2018. April Fool's fight, the first weekend of April. 6 rounds of boxing, 3 minutes each. Are you ready? Or are you a fool? It'd be a good time to stop. Oh, I gotta stop it. You see, you screwed up my flow. Alright. We're stopped.